It was pretty spectacular in itself. There were a couple of dams and there was an amazing lake, and it was a really good road to drive as well. But the weather was rubbish. It was raining like anything when we set off. And although I'd read that this bit of road had been resurfaced in 2012, clearly there was some sort of asterisk with that, because it should have said sort of partially resurfaced, only 90% finished, possibly 80% finished. And eventually we just ended up driving through effectively a quarry. And although I've thought about sort of rally crossing an awful lot of stuff, an F-Type probably wouldn't be up there. It was quite good fun actually. On the smoother bits you could let loose and it was pretty good, but we didn't want to get a puncture. So anyway, I suppose, like they say, the darkest hour is just before the dawn, and literally just after this kind of complete quarry off-road section with abandoned cars, we arrived on this pristine tarmac, and it almost looked a bit like the Nürburgring, but with better tarmac, going through the pine forests, and it was just clearly just been finished, and it was absolutely incredible. As we started climbing up through the hairpins, still amazing, beautiful tarmac up through the hairpins, and it just got better and better. As we climbed higher, the weather came out, we could put the roof down, and you could tell we were getting close to what we were aiming for. And then as we got up to the ridgeline, this view just materialised in front of us, and suddenly the whole trip, as if it hadn't been before, was worthwhile. This is the Transalpina Pass, and it is absolutely stunning.
This is the road that Nicolae Ceausescu wanted to surpass when he built the Transfiguration. Originally it was a Roman route through the mountains, but in the 1930s the Transalpina in its current form was laid down by King Carol II, and today the road is still known as the King's Road. The Germans refurbished it for military reasons in the Second World War, but after that it fell into disrepair and was neglected for over 60 years, so that it was just a rough dirt track. Then, in 2009, the Romanian government began laying asphalt on it for the very first time, and they supposedly completed that task at the end of 2012. As the Transalpina tops out at an altitude of 2,145 metres, it became the highest road in Romania, a title it took away from, yep, you guessed it, the Transfiguration.
There's an amazing roof of the world feeling to this bit of road. The surface is just immaculate. Another reason I think it's better than the Transfiguration Pass. And it just seems to go on and on and on. Never ending corners, some of them really nice and quick as well, which is great. Not just hairpins to have fun sliding around. As you can probably tell, we've had a fair bit of rain today, but if anything, it's made the V8S F-Type shine all the more brightly. It's a really fun car to slide around. The diff has been a little bit frustrating occasionally because it doesn't seem to lock up on some of the hairpins, but this V8 it's just absolutely brilliant. The gearbox has been amazing as well. It's got the 8-speed ZF Auto in it, braking for animals. And it works really, really well. The other nice thing about the F-Type on roads this tight is you can squeeze past other traffic, where a supercar might feel just a little bit unwieldy. I always think if you're going to come somewhere that's got the magnitude and magnificence of somewhere like this, then the one thing you need is a soundtrack to match. The V8 F-Type has certainly got that. Jeremy, James, Richard, I'm sorry, this is the best driving road in Romania. Don't get me wrong, the Transfiguration is absolutely amazing, but there's just something about the exposure, the wildness, the sheer scale of the Transalpina that makes it even more breathtaking. It really is a road that, once seen, is never forgotten. As to whether it's the best driving road in the world, well, just have to keep looking, won't we?